Right now we're talking to Tatyana Ali. Tatyana, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic today. It's a good morning for us. A little chilly here, but still good.
Yeah, I heard 5 below.
Yeah, exactly. Not super fun out there right now, but you have a lot going on this morning, so let's get right into it. The first thing is Buppies.
Yes.
That's your new project. It's like the first all African American cast web series, kind of a BET thing. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. We Buppies. Well, it actually the word means black yuppies, and it was kind of a funny sort of derogatory term back in the 80s, but we're bringing it back and making it cool. It's a story about 5 friends living in Hollywood. It's about their friendship, their love, really figuring out who they are. They're all in their mid-20s, and it's a web series on BET.com. It's sponsored by CoverGirl, and well, I don't know how in depth you want me to get about the story.
That's good. Just kind of a rundown here on what it's all about. There. What do you think web series is like the wave of the future? Do you think that's going to be the new thing, or was this just kind of a fun project for you? I think it's possible that we'll see more of them. It's a really cool. This project is also special to me because this is the first thing I've produced. Oh, awesome!
Yeah, from its idea phase before it was written, getting it financed, all that stuff. And what's cool about it is I think you'll see a lot of new talent come out of these web series type shows. Mm-hmm. They're less money to produce. The quality still has to be really high. And I think you're able to be a little bit more experimental with the storylines. So some things that you wouldn't necessarily see on television, you might see on the web.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Because I mean, on the web, it's a lot easier to get a show on, and there's not all the restrictions and all the guidelines.
Right.
You know, there's not a network and focus groups and stuff. You can kind of just say, "Hey, here's what we want to do. Let's get it done.
Let's put it out." And then the proof is right there. It really is how many people click.
That's awesome. Well, what else? I see that you got some movies going on. I know you've got you've been big into the music in the past. What else is on the plate for you right now?
Well, right now I'm finishing up my second album called it's called The Light, and I worked on it with a producer named Johnny J, and people would know him. He did a lot of work with Tupac.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, a lot of the music from Tupac a lot of the music that is yet to be released, unreleased Tupac music, is actually from Johnny J.
Where do you think all that music comes from? You know, that's one of the big jokes is like Tupac is way more successful after he died than he was when he was alive. Yeah. I mean, like where do you think they're getting all this music from?
Well, working with Johnny, and Johnny actually passed away a year ago.
Oh wow!
While we were right as we were at the end of the album, it was really a hard time. But working with him, I've actually heard a lot of that music, and he said Tupac would just he and Pac would just be in the studio, and they do like 4 songs a night.
Wow!
He just wrote furiously, constantly, all the time, and a lot of the songs are they're just all in a machine. They're all in stored away on hard drives.
Wow, that's crazy. So
yeah,
what do you want?
Really sick.
What do you want to do? What's is the goal music? Is the goal TV? Is it movies, or is it all of it? Do you want to continue to kind of keep your hands in everything?
I think the goal is all of it. I like the time that I look at that I would have loved to be a performer way back in the 40s, mm-hmm. where performers were expected to do everything. Dorothy Dandridge was a singer, a dancer, and an actor. Eartha Kitt did the same thing. That's Lena Horne was a singer, an actor. That I grew up in New York, and some of the first things I did were plays mm-hmm. and theater. And in New York, you have to know how to do all those things. So that's still my love. What is interesting for me now is producing, getting behind the camera. I'd also like to help give other people the opportunity to show what they can do too.
Yeah, definitely. Do you keep in touch with anybody from back in the day, the Fresh Prince crew? Any of you guys still
everybody.
friends? That's
We all
awesome.
keep in touch. The only person that I haven't probably seen is Joseph Marcel. He played Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
Because he actually is from Great Britain. So
I see.
when the show was over, he went back. He comes back and forth. He does a lot of work here still, but it's hard to get a hold of him. But, oh, my God, I see Karen. She played Hillary. Karen Alfonso, who played Carlton. James played our dad. I even see Will alive.
Yeah, it seems like he'd be the hard one. Will seems like he'd be the guy because he's so busy. You know, you figured he'd always be, jet setting around and wouldn't have time to, talk to people. But
yeah, it's hard to get him like in a sit down. You definitely have to schedule in advance, or there has to be, or it's either an event like somebody's wedding or a baby was born or something like that. But he's always on email though. He's not that hard to reach.
That's cool. That's awesome. Tatyana Ali, the new series is Buppies. You can check it out on BET.com. Also look forward to an album coming out, some other movies, lots of exciting stuff. Tatyana, thanks so much for joining us this morning, and best of luck in the future.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.